Good afternoon, whatnot, ladies and geraniums. Now, it is today, Saturday the 8th of August, and we've got a little bit of another Gibson treat for you today. A guitar that we don't see very often is the Gibson N225. What I've not gargoyled the serial number, but what I can tell you is that I assume that the N is Nashville, the 22 is how many frets it's got, the 5 is absolutely anybody's guess at all. So usual kind of script, we'll have a little bit of a listen to it, and then you can see what you think, and then we'll have a look round it, and that is what we shall do. So let's get cracking. Okay, so we'll have a quick run through the pickups, and man, I've got to tell you, this is a very, very, very versatile guitar, and we will go through the specs and nominations and whatnot in a few moments. But let me first tell you that the first setting that I was on for the Shadows-y type thing I was in the centre position between the P90 here and the Dirty Fingers humbucker, and I had that on the coil tap. But we will have a listen to those pickups because it's quite important. Now, there is one annoying feature about this guitar, but Brian, my mate, who belongs to this guitar, he is an engineer and he will be able to sort this out for about 10 pence in 30 seconds. And I'll tell you what it is right now. The vibrola arm becomes floppy. When you use it and wiggle it about, it goes droopy, and all it needs is a little, and if I had something the right size I'd pop one on, but actually he didn't have it fitted in the first place, so whether he wants it or not is a moot point. But all it requires really is a little spring washer just to stop it going loose. That is the only annoying thing I find about this guitar. We'll go through the build and whatnot, but first of all, I would like to show you its party trick. Now, as we know, this, as you can see, this has a chambered body with those two very swish-looking modern style F-holes. And what I would have expected from this, let's make sure we're all on flat out, and we're just on the humbucker now. The thing that I would have expected from this, and it did deliver, is this. As much resonance and control feedback as you want, and you can dial it in and you can dial it out at will. Very controllable. It's a very solid guitar. Okay, let's have a look at some other stuff. So I'll be quite honest with you here. I'm not exactly certain which area of the guitar-y market this was aimed at, but I don't know. It puts me quite in mind of a bit of a okay, and we are on the Dirty Fingers humbuck there, and so let's do that with the coil tap, which is through the tone control. You've got two controls here. You've got a volume and you've got a tone, and the tone splits the Dirty Fingers humbuck. So we are now on coil tap. The vibrola works perfectly. It's not a dive bomber, let's be clear about that. It's not your Floyd Rose, but it does give you a lovely controlled wobble and it won't put the thing out of tune. Okay, let us now have a listen to the centre position with the humbuck on coil tap and the P90. And what a great idea to put the P90 in the front, because P90s by definition are pretty sharp and bright and brash, and sticking it in the neck position gives it a bit of warmth. Speaking of warmth, it's about 25 degrees today. It's cracking the flags. Okay, onto the P90. Beautiful. So that's. Let's just have a listen to both of them together with the humbuck on both coils and the P90 as well. So we're in the centre position. Okay, right. Let's have a look round it. First of all, let me start by saying what an unusual construction for Gibson. Generally speaking, as we know, we've got either all or mostly mahogany going on, but oh no, 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 not with this fellow. This is a completely maple construction. It's maple body, maple sides, maple front, maple back, maple neck. Obviously the fretboard is rosewood with those beautiful block inlays, and these are proper, and you've got the diamond inlay and the proper Gibson inlay there at the front with your full size headstock, and of course your open book at the top there. Hardware wise, we have a Tune-o-matic, we've got that vibrola, and it's all done in that you know, matte black stealth finish, which does rather appeal to me. And you've got Grover. They're a bit like kidney beans, aren't they? Grover tuners, again finished in the matching hardware. The paint finish is pretty much what you'd expect from Gibson, and you can see the grain through there. I note that it has been played a little because there's a little bit of rubbing on this rear bout here, and as I say, the only, really for me, the only irritating thing about it is the vibrola that will dangle after a bit of wiggling, but like I say, Tempe with a little spring washer will sort that absolutely out. Now the pickups, let me talk to you about those. The pickups are fabulous. We all know, of course, what a P90 does. They're super hot single coils, and the dirty fingers are the brainchild of what's he called? Something Decola. Anyway, Decola. And you've got a Tune-o-matic bridge, and of course the vibrola serves as your tailpiece, which it obviously is. We have a set neck with a very small heel step here, and so that means that you're not running into any obstructions as you get higher up the neck. Very easy to play high up, and it weighs in, I think it was 3.6 kilograms when I had it on the scale. Now I did in fact put it on the bench just to have a look to see what's going on, and the neck relief, I'm happy to report, is absolutely perfect. It's exactly what I would want to see. I have lowered the string height a little, which is super easy to do. You just turn the thumb wheel screws. There's no genius about that. You just give those a twist and drop it a little bit. When I got the fret rocker on, I did find that fret 21 is just a thou higher, just a smidge, and you could just sort that out, you know, just that single fret, you could just do that, but why bother, because you know, there's nothing wrong with the thing. So on your rosewood fretboard, you've got your fret markers down here, and these were only made in 2013. It was a 1 year only, so maybe they, I don't know, couldn't find a market for it particularly, or I don't know, just moved on to something else. But anyway, so if you can find one, you'll be pretty lucky. I've tried to research the original sale price of these, and quite honestly, I was unlucky. You can buy a second-hand one of these, depending, you know, for about £1,000. That's what you'll pay at today's prices. Of course, we are Saturday, August the 8th, 2020. And as you would expect from Gibson, they're beautifully made. There's nothing that you could really crew about. And what I do like is that sustain and the control feedback. It's superb. And of course, you know, it's got a bit of an acoustic. Not really, but you know, more than you would have with a totally solid body. So what else can we tell you? Well, this particular instrument, if you have a look at those frets, just let me part the... this guitar hasn't been played. There aren't even any country chords marks in there. The things like new. The strings, I don't know. The strings actually feel a little bit dead to me, and they also feel like 10s. I'd have 9s on it. New set of 9s would probably just, you know, make it a little bit snappier. So there we have Gibson all in maple, which is very, very, very unusual for them, and single tone, single volume with a coil tap on the on Gibson's own Dirty Fingers humbucker. So it's totally original. And the case that these things came with was, and they did all come with this case. The case is absolutely glorious. I mean, look, it looks like it's lined with ermine, and of course it's got your logo on here. Now usually, and I can't see it, so now I don't know where this case is made, because I have seen these cases with the maple leaf logo on them, which usually indicates that they're crafted from the finest materials in Canada. But there's no maple leaf on this, so you know, as to the country of origin for the case, I don't know. But certainly the case is a work of art, all on its own, and they're great for all purposes. And for my money, the vibrola just adds that extra little thing to a Gibson. It just gives you more variety, more variability of the styles that you can use it for. So you can swap straight from shadows to AC/DC or thereabouts. And that is pretty much it from me tonight. Well, this afternoon anyway. So thanks all ever so much for watching. And oh yes, no, that was it. No, I'm thinking of something else. Pass on that. Yes, so there we go. A Gibson N225. Beautiful guitar. If you can find one, try it out. Grab yourself a, because these are not big money for what they are. Not big money for what they are. So thank you ever so much for watching, and adios amigos. Ta-ra.